So here I am at the top of the Shirebrook Valley in the southeast of Sheffield. From this vantage point I can see across the valley, and I can see the houses and wee villages and parishes on the other side of the valley. But I can also see all the trees in the bottom of the valley, and I can see the gorse that is coming into flower. I can see the little bright green buds of leaves coming out on the hawthorn. And I can see the flowers coming out on the blackthorn. I can hear the birds tweeting in the background. And it's this time of year, which is the spring equinox, that I am so filled of the joy of God's love. And as an environmentalist and aging tree hugger, spring equinox and spring altogether is just so important, so meaningful and so special. And amongst it all, I think of God's creation and how He made all of this so wonderfully, so amazingly. And I think of just how everything is interconnected, how well He put things together, from the tiniest little piece of bacteria in the soil to the trees that I see before me, everything reliant on everything else, a little bit like us and our relationship with God. And if you take any part of that amazing web away, the whole lot collapses, and that is just such an amazing feat of engineering. But when I look at all this creation and all this world before me, and I think, well, where am I in that? This small little tiny piece of me, this little tiny human scrap in all of this that God has made. Why would He bother with me? But He does, because He bothers with the sparrows and He feeds them, so He feeds me. And even the lilies in the field are clothed, so He clothes me. And it just fills me with hope and surprise and fear in the old sense. And I think of Julian's hazelnut and how she held this tiny little hazelnut in her hand. And God said to her through this hazelnut how He made her, how He loves her, and how He keeps her. And that's the same for me. He made me too, and He loves me, and He keeps me. And that's the same for you. He made you, He keeps you, and He loves you. How amazing is that, and how blessed are we? And I look at the world around me and I feel so full of His love, and I hope that you do too.